I'm gonna talk a little bit about tying your horse. That's one of the things I see a lot, is horses that are tied up in either a bad spot or in a bad way. And both of these things, I've seen horses actually get killed from tying them to loose objects they could pull away and run off with the object still tied to their lead rope. So it's really important to me how you tie your horse. So if I'm gonna walk up to this fence and tie my horse, this gate here, okay, I'm not gonna tie my horse to this gate, because what could happen real easy is this gate pops open, or he halter pulls and pops that pin off of there, and this gate flies open and he flies back and you got a big wreck, okay? So if this is my only option, I'm gonna tie around these two right here. Okay, so I've got a good solid spot to tie, and it doesn't matter what happens to this gate. Right here, then it can't go that way, it can't go this way, it's a good solid spot. What I'm not gonna do is tie down here, okay? If you tie down here, that's too low, he drops his head, he can paw through the lead rope. I see a lot of people tie, if there's just one post with no bars on it, they'll tie to that post and the lead rope will fall all the way to the ground, and they'll have a heck of a wreck going on. You know, that lead rope will fall down, and then that horse will lift his head up and it'll be stuck there, and he'll be in a wreck. So you got to be really careful about that. Okay, so I'm going to tie up here, and I always prefer, if I'm on a fence line like this, and if this were not a gate, if it were a regular fence, if it doesn't matter and I have all kinds of room, I will go ahead and tie in the middle of a bar, because it really doesn't matter if the rope slips one way or another. But if I'm going to tie in the middle of a bar, I'll just loop around twice, okay? And then I'll go ahead and make my knot. And there's all kinds of different knots that you can use, but I just use an easy little slip knot right there. And then I'll tie it up. So really, it won't slip either way. It's pretty stuck right there. I'll drop this right in here, and if I get in any kind of a wreck, or if my horse gets in any kind of a wreck, or I see something coming and I want to get him out of there quick, all I have to do is just give it a pull and we're loose, okay? If I have the option, I'm going to always tie to an upright, just because that way my rope can't go up and down, it can't go back and forth. I'm secured right there. And I'll do that same knot. It's just a real easy slip knot. I don't know the exact name for this knot, but it's just, I call it just a real easy little slip knot right there. Drop the end in there. And that's about I like it so my horse has got enough room to move his head around, okay? But if he puts his head down, he can't paw over it. I don't want to snub them right off to the fence where it just is bothersome to them. Again, everything I do in my training program is about making the experience enjoyable for your horse, okay? So if I have him snubbed up too tight, it's kind of like he's sitting in the corner, you know, with a dunce cap on, and I don't want to do that ever to my horses. So I want him to be here comfortable where he can move his head around. He can look around if he wants to see stuff, and he's very, very comfortable right there. And again, with my knot, if anything goes wrong, it's just an easy pull and he's free. And that's how I do it.